Historically, I think Tiny gets the better of Ace, but it should be a close game. Okay, their names. Their names aren't on the right side, but if we go... Okay, we're not swapping around their names. We're just gonna have the names on the wrong side. Might be a bug with the EGC map? Or just a bug with age. Who knows? Small indie company. We'll 2x through the beginning. I'm not very experienced with either of these civs. But I've played against quite a few people that play both of these. This is a nice spawn. You know, a tower right here protects both your woodline and gold. Maybe a small wall is even in order. Because Ayubits likes their fast castle build, right? I think if I wanted a tower here or a wall here, the House of Wisdom's kind of blocking that. So I think the House of Wisdom's better, like over here. Not a big deal. They actually both have this amazing gold woodline spawn, even though both golds are forward. We can swap to Vil distribution up at the top here. Ten, 1, and 2, and 9 and 4. Yeah, so Ayubit's going almost certainly fast castle here. Going, Ooh, I think Tiny likes to go reinforcement and harass. Predict it. I've seen this on ladder, but I think it's less common than going for logistics, which is the dervish. One on each berry patch. We see Tiny flexing his APM here. And we see a grand winery from the Macedonians. So normally this would be the Hippodrome, getting those really good horses out early, but the Grand Winery gives 30% more food, yeah. Built on the back berries, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see pro scouts out of the Macedonians here. Bring in the deer packs, put them under the Grand Winery. It's double survival techniques, plus you can still get survival techniques. What's happening here? Why can I 2x? Alright. Do we see stone gathering while going for reinforcement? Do we see 2 TC Abbasid? We're still only on food and gold, so the stone's a little lost on me. We scout the Grand Winery. He's moved all his sheep over here. I guess it does give the buff to sheep too. Very strong. I want to see the building that you spend silver in. Yeah, so we see heavy wood for the Macedonians and a little bit on gold now reaching 300. Very likely to be pro scouts. Can we build? We can't build scouts out of these, so we need a stable, right? Maybe we need this. I don't know what buildings the Macedonians use. Conch knowledge, by the way. So we do see the outpost in between the two, the wood line and this. But if we didn't have the House of Wisdom here, we could like have the lumber camp and the mining camp under the outpost. He doesn't mine out any of the berries. I think he can mine these down farther, right? Yeah, right, because he'll go for this to go into castle. But then he misses out on the dervish. Desert ratings are on the map. Instead of pro scouts, we see horticulture, double broad axe, and +1 melee armor. We do see archers coming out. They're actually a bit more expensive than archers. Coming out to kill the desert raiders. No stable and a wall. Up against castle already. Wheelbarrows coming in. So we expect to see Macedonians stay in feudal if he's getting all these upgrades. And you know what? Macedonians might just be able to punch up. If there's a civ that can, it's them. Being pushed off of gold here sucks. We're getting less of our silver. How much silver does the, the upgrades cost? Only silver. That's very interesting. Is this a Radari upgrade? Yeah. Whew. Yeah, going for a lot of feudal production here. I'm worried about the food outlook for Ace here. I mean, farms under the Grand Winery are a great option, but farm transitioning early while still being in feudal against a castle opponent is not good outlook. Stable archery range along with reinforcements. Doesn't get the Vil kill, but he's going to be pushed off food here, right? And the question is, how does Ace ever get back on food? Hey, what's up, Space? Oh, is Tiny not looking? Oh, the scout's gonna give the ping. If the scout one's in there, I think the Desert Raiders go down to the spears. Oh well, this harassment's done. We're out of food for the Aubits as well. The amount of idle workers here is gross. When villagers are like this, it doesn't tell you they're idle, right? As long as a few of them are still gathering from the sheep. mill on these berries, turn them into orchards. Random horsemen in with the rest of the camel lancers. We're going veteran archers. We're getting more melee upgrades that will be good for dealing with lancers. But when we're 9 vills down and an age down, I don't know if sitting feudal can be the right option. And like these farms are super powered farms. They're just slightly worse than English. No, just slightly better than English. Yeah, we got melee damage even though we have 17 archers and only 4 spears. We have 17 archers, but they're back with the food line. They're not actually fighting. Is that the last berries going out? It is. Hard game for the Macedonians. He should wall the right side off completely and put a tower on gold. I like the idea of a tower on gold, right? Because the Desert Raiders have 0 ranged armor. I like the tower on gold, gather enough, and then you could come back to here and place the Great Horn Tower here. Definitely a back foot game. Or is this an 8K? You could place it out here, I guess. This is not the wall I would choose, right? You definitely just want to go across here or across here. But you might feel very claustrophobic, whereas Tiny hasn't been rotating his forces at all. All his forces are at the front. Ace does have a scout and can check if it's safe over here, but oh well. He's still Macedonians, right? He still has silver. He's still getting ranged armor. I mean, Ace has 23 archers. I think the wall's fine for him. It just could be better. And you have to think, like, the defending player can always just delete the wall if he needs to get through it. No rating of the Aube player is really hard to watch, right? Like, he's taking up the map resources. If Ace makes it to castle, he has enough gold. And it looks like he's preparing to go castle. If he makes it to castle, this could be a really long game. The Macedonians' castle is disgusting. Okay, we see a raid coming back for the food. We only have archers to defend, and it's 6 camel lancers. They run up, find the wall, have to go around it. The attack at the front's getting nothing. We ring the bell, so the lancers get nothing, but that's a lot of idle time. No way we don't dive on top. The Golden Horn Tower. Here's the fight. I'd really like this on more resources. Like if it got placed here, it would be game winning, right? Because it gets them the second gold. But being placed back here behind the gold is not exactly future thinking. I guess he can't get control of this area though. Some spears spawn out from the war camp. Okay, if we complete this and garrison, all of the lancers die. Yep. So this is the end of the attack here. 5 kills, 6 kills, but the AUB army should fall. Oh, we surrender. I think that's an early FF, honestly. We only lost 6 and the rest of the army would have died to the Golden Horn Tower before doing damage. Um, I mean, the eco lead's pretty rough because of growth, but you're Macedonians, you can play that out. But now we have KT on water, so score's correct up here. Yep. Yeah, so KT on water is great because they can just gather only wood, right? And they'll have enough for their villager production. Oh, we're seeing Dark Age. So KT is also extremely good at Dark Age. So this is wild to see. Of course, Dark Age is a great option because you can deny the dock of your enemy. There's 5 sheep right here. There's a lot of sheep on this map. And I think Ace is gonna come down and find these 5 sheep. But is this no dock China? The gold is still really far from the TCA. The Dark Age hit is still gonna hit pretty hard here. Ace does clean up these sheep. Tiny has a healthy amount though. Yeah. You can't get around back behind this TC. I don't know if they know that. We haven't played this map much. He respects it though, finds the gold. Get the spears across the map! No, what is this? We shouldn't be letting the Chinese player just age up like this. I'm pretty sure with gold this far out, denying the age up was a possibility for the Dark Age spears. And we're going on the gold. We'll just have a... Oh man. Dark Age spears to not Dark Age spear. Now, what I assume is the Dark Age spears before the dock, he comes over, doesn't see the dock, he doesn't send them across. But you still Dark Age speared. That's still a good build on land. So get them over here, harass the gold, win the game. Still not too concerned for KT, right? Because if KT gets the dock, they'll be in a good position. We'll go sightseeing. We should be on villager distributions. It's just the scout attacking Ace's gold. I guess we could be talking about what age up we think KT is gonna take. I think it's always Chevs on a water map. They're fast, the night speed is just really nice. I think it's better in the Hospitallers. Could be Sergeants. What's the bonuses for each? Are fishing ships civilian units? Looks like he's going Chevs. But I'd still like to know if fishing ships are civilian units or not. Because increased movement speed and HP on the fishing ships would be nuts. Okay, he denies the dock. This is great. He probably also gets a Vil kill. Nice. Okay, so we see the dock gets cancelled and the stable goes down. Now, I'm stable against Dark Age Spears is a little bit of suicide on the Chinese part. But I really wish the Dark Age Spears were dealing with the gold. Kingdom of France is gonna come out, so Spears and Chevs are gonna beat Horsemen. There's no way we decide to Pro Scout. We do decide to Pro Scout. Pro Scouting. We see a harbor coming out. Now, I'd like to see the harbor into a transport ship, build the harbor over here for KT so it can't be raided, and then you can just defend your base, and you don't have to defend your harbors, but was this an archer? Yeah, to protect the dock. The spearmen come back to our own harbor. We build a galley or a hulk. No. Okay, I'd still like to be contesting water here. But I guess he doesn't know that Tiny is going for water. Man, this game's easy when you have perfect vision of the map. Public PSA announcement, important information. Ace looks like he's down 6 Vils, but he's only down 3, and that's because of the KT age up. Takes the place of 3 of your Vils. So neither player has missed Vils yet, because the IOs count as 3, and then the age up puts them down 3. So it looks like Ace has missed a ton of Vils, but he hasn't. We lead the scout away from the docks, the spears come in, they're gonna get a Vil. The archer probably kills both though. Ace sees the pro scouts. It's probably wonderful to see pro scout archers with the chevs moving across the map. We see the galley come out. It's a junk. Okay, it's a galley. So yeah, they'll be even on water for now. Another galley. He really needs a hulk if he wants to fight the junk, but doesn't quite get the IO. For China, targeting the IOs is not as good as against Juji, because Juji has to build them out of their town center. We're being chased away by scouts right now, man. We take the fight, realize we can't win it. We drop a second harbor, and Tiny's gonna take the military lead on the seas for now. Oh no, it's 2-2. A little bit of a bug with two scouts being caught on top of an IO. I think this is way too aggressive from the KT player. If we lose either of these ships, our entire game could be over. We see a Hulk and a demo ship. We're focused on a water game this game. Chevs would be having a field day at Tiny's base. Looks like they're coming out for their next raid, which is nice to see. Going up to like 800 food here because we still have 5 vills on it. At this point, you'd probably take all of your villagers off food when you have a fishing economy. Or maybe we go back on gold with these 5 and we look for Castle, Republic of Genoa. Alright. Not finding a whole lot. We have a junk, we have an explosive Hulk. Oh, and a fleet coming across. 4 junks and a demo ship. So this Hulk, if it lives, is gonna be a beast. Can't be left unprotected though. Because these demo ships will kill it very quickly. Killing of the pilgrim ships. These chefs could easily kill these spears, you know? But spears are scary. They counter horses. And the Hulk is unprotected. Those demo ships kill it immediately, and we're done with water here. Is that another Hulk? Nice. I might have called that too quickly. The Hulk is plenty enough to protect his water economy. Losing all the pilgrims, though. Yeah, the economy account for Tiny is skyrocketing here as Ace decides to go for Castle. Definitive at this point. And maybe Kingdom of Castile, but probably Republic, right? We're 8 to 15 for fishing ships. We could just be going for the land sacred site instead of suiciding the pilgrims. what what sorcery is this? Angevin, the one I didn't say, isn't it? Yeah, Angevin, the one I didn't think would be taken. They don't make it anyways, but I don't know how he got them to turn around. Tiny's on top of it, man. I thought the water might be a weak spot for him, but he has 5 docks. He has a great fishing economy. Um, yeah, he gets war junks. He's probably gonna blow Ace off water here. He's ready to go castle himself, so he's gonna match the castle age up, and then I don't think Ace has anything to stand on after this. I think it's just GG. A very small economy. The pilgrims are all denied. Not winning on land or water. Oh, double barracks. Going heavy spears. Heavy spears does beat all of these units, but they're a little expensive. I'd like to know what's garrisoned, because it's not Vills. But Tiny's pretty well doubled the economy here. He has a bigger army, he has a bigger economy, he's matched tech, it's unfortunate for Ace. For the underdog. We're mining for a fortress. It's not gonna help. It's a little too late. You know the army comp's better. But not when the Chevs have to fight spears and we have no blacksmith upgrades. Got you max volume, I'm still quite quiet. I can speak louder, but that's about it. I can put the mic closer to my mouth. Does this sound better? You just say, damn, did I blow out your eardrums? The demo ships connect, but there's still a lot of navy here. Fortress going up. Fortunately, Tiny is not looking at it. Now that I speak up, it sounds normal. That's good to hear. Yeah, this fortress doesn't get up. Yeah, it's like 5 docks, right? The uh, the Chinese fishing economy was unrivaled. The KT only got 8 fishing ships this game, so it's a little bit sad to see. Maybe just not a clear game plan from Ace this game.